100 grand. That's a lot of dough. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. Enough for a new car, a down payment on a house, or maybe even a lifetime supply of those delicious orange-flavored circus peanuts. The possibilities are endless. But would you sell your kidney for it? It's a question that might make you pause and think. It's a question that makes you squirm, right? The very thought can be unsettling. It feels icky, like finding a toenail in your soup. But beyond the initial disgust, there's a deeper issue at play. But it's also a question that highlights the desperate reality of organ shortages worldwide. Every day, people are waiting, hoping for a miracle. Thousands of people are stuck on waiting lists, hoping for a life-saving transplant. The wait can be excruciating and sometimes time runs out, but the sad truth is there just aren't enough organs to go around. The demand far exceeds the supply. So should we consider paying people for their kidneys? It's a controversial idea, but one that could potentially save lives. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're diving headfirst into the wild world of organ donation. It's a roller coaster of ethics, economics, and human emotion. The organ shortage is a global health crisis. It's a problem that affects every corner of the globe, from bustling cities to remote villages. The demand for organs far exceeds the supply, leaving countless individuals in a desperate situation. It's like trying to find a parking spot in Times Square on New Year's Eve, nearly impossible. The wait can be excruciatingly long, and for many, time is a luxury they simply don't have. Every day people die waiting for a transplant. It's heartbreaking. Families are left in anguish, watching their loved ones suffer, knowing that a life-saving organ might never come. Think about it. Kidneys, livers, hearts, these aren't just spare parts, they are essential for survival, each playing a critical role in keeping the body functioning. They're vital organs that keep people alive. Without them, the body cannot sustain itself, leading to severe health complications and ultimately, death. And when they fail, the consequences are dire. Organ failure can lead to a rapid decline in health, causing immense pain and suffering. That's why some people argue that we need to find a way to increase the supply of organs. Innovative solutions and policies are being discussed to address this critical issue, and one way to do that, they say, is to allow people to sell their organs. This controversial idea has sparked heated debates, with strong arguments on both sides. Now, before you go listing your kidney on eBay, let's talk legality. Selling organs is a big no-no in many countries. It's considered unethical, exploitative, and just plain wrong. But here's the kicker. Some countries, like Iran, have a regulated market for kidneys.
Yep, you heard that right. In Iran, you can legally buy a kidney from a living donor. It's a controversial system, but it's been credited with eliminating their kidney transplant waiting list.
So, who's got it right? It's a tough question with no easy answers.
Section 4, Cash for Kidneys, a solution to the shortage. Proponents of legalizing organ sales argue that it could be a win-win situation. Think about it. People in need of a transplant get a second chance at life, and donors get a hefty financial reward. They argue that it's a simple matter of supply and demand. By offering financial incentives, more people might be willing to donate, which could potentially save lives. Plus, they say, it gives people autonomy over their own bodies. It's a compelling argument, but is it that simple?
Is it really that simple? Section 5. The dark side of organ trade, exploitation and ethics. This is where we delve into the murky waters of organ trade, a topic that is as controversial as it is complex. Here's where things get murky. The lines between right and wrong blur, and ethical dilemmas abound. So there you have it, folks. The organ trade is not just a black and white issue. It's a tangled web of moral, ethical, and legal questions. The organ trade is a complex issue with no easy solutions. It spans across continents involving various stakeholders, from desperate donors to wealthy recipients. What do you think? Would you sell your kidney for $100,000? It's a tempting offer, but is it worth the risk? Or is it a price too high to pay? The decision isn't easy, and it comes with lifelong consequences. Let us know your thoughts. Would you consider it, or is it a line you wouldn't cross? There's also the ethical dilemma of putting a price tag on the human body. Is it morally acceptable to commodify our organs? Should we really be buying and selling organs like used cars? The comparison itself feels unsettling, and what about the potential for coercion and black markets? The darker side of organ trade is rife with exploitation and illegal activities. These are serious concerns that can't be ignored. The implications are far-reaching and affect the very fabric of our society. Critics of organ sales argue that it would exploit the poor and vulnerable. They believe it would create a market where the rich benefit at the expense of the poor. Imagine this: a desperate person in a developing country, burdened by poverty, sells a kidney to make ends meet. The desperation is palpable, and the consequences are dire. It's a recipe for disaster. The ethical, moral, and social implications are too significant to ignore. This is a debate that needs careful consideration and thoughtful discussion.